All right, guys, how's everyone? I can see a few people in the chat already. I can see a couple of messages. What is this? And when does it start? So, I'll start the first question. What is this? So, today, this is our live stream. This is Flash Revision Lab, and we are a website that are looking to help students revise for GCSEs. So, as part of this, we've just started doing this live, which is a Revise for a Prize live stream. So, what is that for? Basically, I'm going to go through a topic today, and this will happen twice a week, where we'll cover a topic, and then after doing some revision on it, we'll then do a quiz on it, and then based on that quiz, if you win the quiz, you can win a prize. Hence, revise for a prize. So, just a couple of things on the rules for today. So, if you are willing to or wanting to win in the quiz and get the prize, you will need to show us first of all that you're participating in the chat. So that is when I start going through the content that you're actively kind of joining in and revising with me. And then secondly, once it comes to the quiz, you will have a character, and in that I want to show you to show a screenshot of that character so I can see that that is in fact you when you reach the podium. So hopefully that makes sense. Of course, I'm here to answer any questions. Ultimately, the aim is to revise. Don't worry if you don't win the prize. We'll be doing this twice a week, so you'll get better and better, and you will learn along the way. That's ultimately the aim. Let's have a look. A few messages here. Um, yep, Philip knows the deal. Thank you. You've let the people know. Probably more in a better summary than I have, but that's all good. You have your physics P1 mock on Wednesday as well. Oh, okay, that's good timing. So hopefully this topic will help you today. And the topic that we're going to be looking at today is waves. So um, kind of a crossover. It's a bit of P2 as well. But either way, obviously it's a mock. Your exam is going to be on everything. So we're going to make sure we cover all of these over the next few weeks as we do these. So yeah, you do combine that Excel. That's absolutely fine. Obviously, the topics are heavy crossover. So a lot of what we cover, you're going to be seeing all the three signs. There's going to be very little that we do that is very specific. So for a particular exam board. So absolutely fine. Stick around. And yeah, hopefully you find it useful. So cool. We'll make a start. So today, as I mentioned, going to look at a couple of topics on waves. So if I go down here, you can see this is our website. So this is flashrevisionlab.com for the guys that don't know, that are new to this. We've got notes on all the specification for biology, chemistry, and physics. Today, we're just looking at physics, but we will be doing live looking at the other two sciences as well. So today, as I mentioned, we're going to be looking at a couple of topics on waves. If I go down here, we're on topic number 6. So I'm just going to pick a couple today, couple that are around the quiz. So it's going to help you guys. If you take part in this revision session, it's all to help you in the quiz as well. So make sure you're paying attention. Again, as I said, participate in the chat and send some screenshots. Make sure that we know that you're there when it comes to you winning, hopefully. So I'll go here, topic 6.1, and I'm going to start with 6.1.1. So that is transverse and longitudinal waves. So if we take a look here, you can see we've got a series of notes. Okay, so going through what is specifically covered in the specification on this topic. How do you know that I'm telling the truth on that and that is in the spec? How am I not lying? Well, you can go to the spec tab. So have a look here. You can see specifically topic 6, chapter 1, topic 1, and you can see exactly what it's asking you to cover. So you can use that to cross-check to make sure you're covering everything for the exam. And then we also have questions here. So we may take a look at a couple before I start the quiz. Here, previous exam questions, just looking at kind of examples of things that you can see that will come up in the notes that you can test yourself on in this question section. And then also, as well as this, you can check the mark scheme for the answers as well as you go along. So great revision tool alongside having gone through the notes to test yourself that you understand them. And then here, a new feature you can see here, we've got flashcards as well. So you can see it's giving you a question. So for example, what do waves transfer from one place to another? The answer is on the other side. So if I press flip card, you can see there the answer, energy. Energy is what is transferred through waves. And then if you're happy that you know it, you can press no, it swipes it to the right and it goes into your file of known flashcards. Let's say, oh, I don't know this one, and I need to do a bit of revision on it. I want to go back to the notes. I want to say still learning, so I can attack this later. It will go into the left side. So it will keep a track of things you know and things you don't know. So I think it's a really useful tool as you go through your revision, and hopefully that's going to help you prepare for the exams coming up. Okay, how do I send screenshots? So to send the screenshot, you can see on the left-hand side of the screen, I've put the rules up. You can see send to our email address, help@flashrevisionlab.com. So if you are successful and you win the quiz, this is what I want you to do. Send an email, say, hi, I'm so-and-so, I won the quiz today. Here is a screenshot of me in the chat, and then also a screenshot of me on the quiz, the Kahoot quiz. So I'm going to go there quickly and show you what that looks like before we get into some revisions. So here is the page. You're going to have a page that looks like this. If you guys want to get it ready on your phone, on your laptop, whatever you're using, the website is www.kahoot.it. Okay. And on there, it's going to ask you to prompt you for a game pin. That game pin you can see here currently is 1058484. Okay. So tune in on there, get on there whilst we go through this topic. You can keep it ready on the side just so that you're in the lobby. So guys, use that pin, drop yourselves in there, and also mention in the chat who you guys are so I can keep a track of you in the quiz and see how you're doing. You know, there'll be a question by question leaderboard, and I can see who's moving around in there. So yeah, join in. I'll keep an eye out on this every few minutes. There we go. We've got our first one, Trustworthy Lion. There we go. So this is what I mean. If you are Trustworthy Lion and you win the quiz, for example, send me a screenshot on your screen. You should be able to see your icon in the bottom left of the screen as your character. So send me a screenshot of that showing that it's you. Great names on this, by the way. I love this. Speedy Kingfisher, Witty Platypus. What a name that is. So yeah, nice random name. So to identify that it's you, please take a screenshot. And then if you win, send it to help@flashrevisionlab.com. Hopefully that makes sense. If it doesn't, please just drop it in the chat. I can mention this again. I'm sure other people will mention it. You didn't see the flashcard tool before? Yeah, really useful. It's a new feature now. So that is why it's there. So maybe, Philip, you've been there before. It's a new feature. So hopefully, yeah, you will find that useful. I know you yourself are someone that uses flashcards. So maybe it's an additional help for you. Okay, so I see a champion possum for Royal Akbari. Okay, I'll keep an eye out for that. So little Albert Einstein looking possum you got there. Witty Platypus is Philip, and Mystical Frog is Yasmin. Okay, cool. I'll keep this open for a while. I'm going to now go on to the notes. We'll hopefully see some people more people join in a bit. But obviously, if there are less people, it gives you more chance at winning. So we'll see. Maybe you want less people. We'll have a look at how it ends up. Okay, so transverse and longitudinal waves. We'll cover this a little bit. There are two types of waves, these two, right? What are they? What is the difference between them? So I'm just going to do some notes on this screen as well as I look at the notes from the website. So transverse and longitudinal waves. Basically, what do waves do? Waves transfer energy. Yeah, they're a way of transferring energy. So I'm just going to put that as a note just for our reference. You don't need to copy these down or anything. I just want to do this to prompt some I guess, memory in your minds of some key points on this topic. Yeah, so waves transfer energy. Okay, so how they do that depends on what type of wave they are. Okay, and that is where we get these two types. So we have particles in a wave that oscillate. Yeah, it's another term for vibration. So I'm just going to put that here. Oscillate means to vibrate, basically. Yeah, so an oscillation is a movement of particles. So particles oscillate, and this is where they want you to use those key terms, right? That is what's going to get you marks in your exam, using those scientific terms. Yeah, so just it's better to say particles oscillate than particles move around. Yeah, it's a better term. So let's see. Sorry, just seeing a few people in the chat. It's helpful. Thank you so much for doing this. No problem, Roy Akbari. This is exactly what we want to do. We just want to help students as much as we can. So the more people that join, the better. The more people we can help. So if you know anyone that would be interested in this, tell them to join. If you want access to these notes on the website, you can sign up. Go to flashrevisionlab.com, make an account. It's free, and you can get an access to all these notes that we've got here, as well as all the other features, the questions, the spec, the flashcards as well. Yeah, so take a look, sign up, and get involved. Yeah, we'd love to have you with us. So someone says, I'm Mountain Griffin. Oh, what a name. These names are so good. Okay, nice. And also your name, potato underscore cuz. What a name. Okay, cool. So the way that waves interact, one I've given here is ripples on water. Yeah, so ripples on water, or even just a water wave, right? It moves like this, a wave in water. And as you stand in the wave, you can feel yourself going up and down with that wave because that's the way it's moving. The other one is sound waves in air. They vibrate differently. Okay. And this here, if you don't know it, I've given an example of each. One is transverse and one is longitudinal. Transverse is the first one, the water wave. Yeah, you can see here this diagram, it's a water wave. So some key things here, you can see the key features on the wave, right? The amplitude, the height between the rest position and the peak. You've got your peak here, your crest, the top of the wave. Wavelength, the name suggests it, a wavelength, the length of one wave, or the distance between two repeating points. So here I've got it repeating from one peak to the next peak. It can be, as I've shown below, from one trough to the next trough, the lowest point on a wave. It can also be from one zero to the next zero repeated. What I mean by that is, see, it won't be from one zero to the next zero here. That is not one wavelength. It's repeating point on a wave. So it's where the cycle is going to start again. So you can see from this zero, the wave is starting to go into the positive displacement. When I go to the next zero, it's going to the negative displacement. So it's not a repeating point. The next time this repeats is all the way over here. Yeah. So here we're at zero. It's now increasing again. So that is another repeating point. So that's where you need to sometimes be careful when you denote where the wavelength is, which is why the safe place is peak to peak or trough to trough. Yeah. Okay. So that is the key thing there. And what we're going to say here for a transverse wave, by definition, you can see here, is where the oscillations, remember we said the vibrations or movements, are perpendicular to the direction of energy transfer. So over here, I'm going to draw on my screen. Let's say our particles, if I can draw, our particles are in the wave like so. Our particles are vibrating in one direction. So in this case, I'm going to say, like a water wave, the wave goes up and down, doesn't it? So let's say our particles are vibrating or oscillating upwards and downwards, like so. And that's all of them in this wave are doing this. Like so. But then, as a result of that, we've said transverse waves are where the oscillations are perpendicular to the direction of energy transfer. So the particles are vibrating up and down. The energy is going to transfer from left to right, or right to left, horizontally, basically. Yeah. So here is our direction of energy transfer. So that is what we mean by a transverse wave. Yeah, because as the blue line here, I've said that the green lines or the green dots represent oscillating particles. Yeah, so that's the example of what a transverse wave looks like. And that is what therefore forms that pattern that we get for a transverse wave, like a water wave. Yeah. A way to envisage it, if anyone's used it, I don't know how old school I'm going here, but like a slinky spring, you get one of those springs and you can hold it at both ends. Now, if I lift one side up and down, it causes a slinky spring to make that wave motion. So you can see I'm moving the spring up and down, but the energy is transferring horizontally. Transverse wave. Yeah. So that is what a transverse wave is. With and I'll log that there, sorry. So that was for transverse. Now for longitudinal, I'm just going to do that a bit underneath. If I go in my notes here, you can see I've mentioned longitudinal waves where the oscillations are parallel to the direction of energy transfer. Yeah. So in this case, take my spring, for example. Transverse earlier, I said I move the spring up and down to create that wave motion. A longitudinal wave, I'm pushing and pulling the spring like this horizontally. Then the spring kind of squashes and goes across from left to right. So it's in the same direction as the energy transfer. It's parallel to it. Okay. So my diagram this time, I'll have my same particles. Let's say 6. 8 was a bit long for me to draw. So let's say 6. But this time, they're vibrating left to right horizontally. Yeah, they're oscillating in a horizontal direction. But then the direction of energy transfer, it's also in a horizontal direction. So therefore, the oscillations and energy transfer are parallel to each other. Yeah, that's the definition that they're giving us here. So that is oscillating particles again. And that's where we get a longitudinal wave. So an example of each Okay, for transverse, I'm going to say e.g. the types of things you can get are light and water. Yeah, we said water waves. So water waves or light. Yeah, you can see that still. That's fine. So that's one example for a couple of examples. Sorry, for transverse waves. Longitudinal, where transverse is light, longitudinal is sound. Yeah, so sound waves. That's an example of longitudinal. There we are. Yeah, so um, parallel, or what does parallel mean? Yeah, separate lines that will never touch. So they're basically two parallel lines are like this. Yeah, so my vibrations are this way, and my direction of energy transfer is also in the same direction. It's horizontal, right? Two horizontal lines that will never touch each other. Perpendicular, we know that's 90 degrees. So we got this. Yeah, so our oscillations are vertical, and our energy transfer is horizontal. Yeah, cool. Exactly like an equal sign, Philip. Cool, good. So that is what longitudinal and transverse waves are. Let's take a look a bit more. There we go. Yeah, so it goes into a bit more about the definitions of the different parts of a longitudinal wave, just like I did here for the transverse wave. Yeah, about the peak and trough. Here, for a longitudinal wave, you can see a wavelength again between two repeating points. Okay, and the repeating points referred to here are compressions. Think of a spring again. When you squash it, it's compressed together. So every time that repeats is a wavelength. And then you got what we call rarefactions, yeah, where they're spread out. So a point in the spring, as you push it, some of the slinky is squashed and it moves across, but in the other sections, it's stretched, and that's a rarefaction. Okay. Perpendicular is like a plus sign, exactly, Philip. Correct. Yeah. So we know they're acting 90 degrees to each other. And that is what we've shown in these two diagrams. Okay. So that is what the difference is between longitudinal and transverse waves. Now, what we're going to look at also in this quiz is a specific type of transverse wave. If I look at the examples I've given, if I scroll up a bit, examples of transverse waves include water waves, seismic waves, what we call secondary or S waves. Yeah, so that's seismic referring to earthquakes. There is a secondary wave from earthquakes, which is transverse. But the other one, the one that we're going to look at in our quiz today, is electromagnetic waves. Okay, electromagnetic waves like visible light. So I'm going to move on to that topic now. But just to show you guys that are new here, another feature of the website, if I've read this through this topic now, yeah, I'm happy. I've read through the notes and I think, okay, done. I can mark this topic as complete here. So if I tick that, it gives me a tick, and then I go back to my full list, and you can see it's ticked off. So if I revisit the website next time, when I come back to revise again, this topic is going to show as complete, yeah, or part complete. Yeah. So if I go into here and I refresh the page, it will show this green bar is slightly filling up, because as I go through more and more topics, that's going to show as more and more filled up. Yeah. So there you go. It didn't show the first time, but I clicked it too many times. That's why. I'm too eager. Need to slow down. Yeah. So if I click it and wait, there we go. Yeah, you can see the progress bar has gone up. So then I can track, okay, this is how much I've done so far in this, first of all, in this particular topic, 6.1, because there's chapter 1 and then 2, 3, and 4. Yes, I'm a quarter of the way through this mini topic, but in the whole chapter 6 of waves as a whole, I've just started it, right? Because there's 1, 3, and then electromagnetic waves, refraction, and black body radiation. So there's other bits to cover. It's a good way to track your revision. Yeah, you can see where you've got up to and continue where you left off. So yeah, personally, I think honestly really useful. Hopefully you guys find it useful as well. But yeah, if you want access to it, sign up to flashrevisionlab.com. Creating an account is completely free, and you get access to all these notes. Does the FRL Pro plan have a tutor? Because I bought the subscription, but I can't find the AI tutor. So the AI tutor is referring to this. Yeah, so you should have it. Yeah, Philip does have it. So you have this AI tutor here, so you can ask questions, and you have tokens to ask it what you need based on the syllabus if you have any questions, and the tutor can give you a response. But when you have FRL Pro plan, you also have the classes. Yeah, so every week we're running classes. We're looking at all the whole topic from start to the end of all the topics in the syllabus. So for physics right now, we're in forces actually, so we're not too far away from waves, and we're into forces now. So yeah, every week we're covering lessons on all the topics, covering every spec point that we need to, and doing practice on it, giving you questions to do, and walkthroughs of those questions, so you get someone that can help you look at where you've gone wrong or how to answer the question correctly, hopefully. So yeah, if you're on a pro plan, you get access to all of that. So you get the website and you get our live classes platform as well with 3 classes a week. Yeah. So yeah, Yasmin, in summary, you should definitely have access to both the AI tutor and our live classes, okay, which you can access through our learning portal up here. So yeah, pro plan, if you want to join our classes, really useful. I'm sure the guys can attest to that. Hopefully they're finding it useful, and you can ask questions there anytime you like kind of like what I'm doing now in this session, but obviously a more um, this is kind of, on a whim in a way. I'm kind of just going through it and kind of showing you how the website works. In the lessons, we're very focused on the topics we're covering. We've got workbooks that you can keep. You fill in the notes, and they're yours to print out and keep and you'll have a full set of notes come the end of the year, ready for exams. So, yeah, hopefully really useful. So yeah, take part, guys. That's what I can say. Last few months to exams, time to get it going. If you haven't already, yeah, it's a crunch time. It's getting to crunch time. So, yeah, get involved. So. Let me go back to here before I go on to the second topic. All right, guys, we don't have any people, still only 5. It's giving them a very good chance, a 1 in 5 chance of winning the voucher today. Today's gift is an Amazon gift voucher. So we will send it to you if you do the following. I'll go back to my notes here for the rules. So you need to join as we are now, subscribe to us on Flash Revision Lab on YouTube. Take part in this revision session. So as I'm obviously asking questions, I want to see you guys involved. I'm going to ask you some questions. Please answer them as we go. You can screenshot that, show that you've taken part. And then when you win the quiz, if you win the quiz, send a screenshot of your Kahoot page as well. Obviously, we've got some names here. So Enigmatic Butterfly, I'm going to pick on you. You were the last person to enter. If you won, send me a screenshot. On the bottom left, you should see your Enigmatic Butterfly, your icon there. The guy looks like well, it's not a butterfly, is it? It looks like a monkey with a helmet. So show the screenshot of your screen. It should show that icon in the bottom left, so I know it's you. And then I obviously can see the podium as well, so I know that you would have won it. So yeah, hopefully you guys will do well. I'm going to give it a few more minutes, so guys, join in while you can. We've got 7 of us. Jump in, guys. Let people know. Another one, Phenomenal Pelican. Keep joining. I'm going to leave it up for a few more minutes. We're going to go through the second topic. Remember, if you want to win the prize, take part in the chat, drop me a message, ask me a question on the topic, and answer the question. I'm going to ask a couple of questions now. We're going to look at one. Let's see how it goes. So before I go into the next topic, let me revisit here and let's take a look at a question quickly. So figure 1 shows a water wave. What type of wave is a water wave? Is it electromagnetic, longitudinal, or transverse? Which one is it? Who knows the answer? I will explain why after, but let's see. What do people think? You've seen a clue there with the way it looks. And remember, a water wave, I've just discussed it, how it looks, what happens. Philip says transverse. Does anyone disagree? Does people agree? Yasmin also says transverse. And so does Royal Akbari. Okay, so people have said transverse. Nobody thinks it's anything else? No? Sure on that? Yeah. Okay. Well, the correct answer, you are right, everybody. Yeah, Maya as well, you're correct. You jumped in there. It is transverse. Yeah, remember, electromagnetic is a type of transverse wave. That's why that's not right. And it's not longitudinal. Water wave is transverse. Sound is an example of longitudinal. So correct. Very good. Yeah. Faceless Truth. I'm saving your science grade. Wicked. Great to hear it. Nice. During the live. Yes. Wicked. Good to see that, guys. By GCSE, will you have gone through all the topics during the live lessons? Yes, we will. 100% we will, Potato Guys. Like I said, we're already at chapter 5. Yeah, and I can tell you where we are up to, actually, if I have a look. We just did forces and elasticity today, actually. For those of you that were there, we know we just had it. Thank you guys for joining, Philip and Co, who are here from the live lesson today. Yeah, so we're up to here. And that is, we started in September, kind of parallel to school. So we're kind of here now, which is past halfway, 6, 7, and 8 left. Yeah, and 8 actually isn't for everybody really completely. So yeah, well on the way. I think our plan, we have 28 weeks of lessons. We've just gone to week 17, so we've got another 10 weeks left. So we'll be done by about March. Yeah, so plenty of time to be ready before Easter, almost ready to revise for the exams. So yeah, we will be done. So yeah, definitely join in and take part. We will get you there. Philip, kind words. Yeah, a high grade 9 because of us, also because of your revision. But yeah, I'm glad to see you're finding the tool useful. Just an example of students joining us and really finding the benefit from it. So, no, Philip, appreciate the kind words. Yeah, you're trying to revise to get 9s, Royal Barry. Yeah, I mean, Philip, you was even in our live class today. Philip was dropping some tips. So, yeah, if you come along, the chat's just the same as this. We're all just people trying to help each other revise and smash these exams. And he's exactly right, doing his comment just now. Content revision. So, everything we're trying to cover in this website, we're just trying to help you do that. Yeah, so it's a content revision, first of all. So that's all the notes we've got. Yeah, it's content revision. Spamming exam questions and exam papers. We've got this question section. You can do that there. Yeah. And yes, becoming familiar with the maskings, Philip is right, because there's a way to answer questions, right? And as you do more exam questions, the pattern of them you see some pattern in the way to answer questions, right? The questions will look different, they will ask you different things, but the way you attain those marks, the method should be the same. Yeah. So yeah, thanks, Philip. Appreciate that. This website gives you everything you need. I really, really believe that. So here you can see even what we've just done now, this topic. It says what is covered in the spec point, right, of this topic. And you can see waves may either be longitudinal or transverse. We talked about that. Compressions and rarefactions. Water surface, ripples in the water are examples of that. Describing the difference between longitudinal and transverse. We've done that. I even showed you on this screen from the notes that I've just made myself as well, based on that. And then describing the evidence for ripples and sound waves in air. Yeah, so that was what we've shown as examples of those, as how those waves work. Yeah. Yep, I didn't even mention Philip's doing my job for me. TikTok said, and on our TikTok page and on our YouTube page, we have memory tricks. Yeah, things that people tend to maybe find difficult to remember, whether it's experiment steps or easy ways to remember things. We've tried to come up with good memory tricks for you to use to trigger your memory in exams. So, yeah, please take a look. As I mentioned, if you want to win anyway as part of the quiz, you'd want to subscribe anyway. So, yeah, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Have a look at this page, sign up, make an account. You get access to our notes. There's no harm. It's a free account, so no harm in getting an extra set of notes. Why not? Who doesn't want free stuff? And today we're going to do a quiz. So I'll answer this question. Let me just see the second part of this. Which statement describes the movement of the water at point X? So at point X here, is the water not moving? Is the water moving left and right? Is the water at point X moving up and down? Which one is it? What do we think? You can say A, B, or C if you don't want to write the full answer. I don't know what you mean. First, second, or third answer. Which one do we think it is? So we described how a transverse wave works. I can leave that clue on the left-hand side. Remember, if you're stuck on the question, you can just go back to the notes, right? You can go here to the notes tab, take a look. Yeah, see what it says in the notes. You can see what a transverse wave, it says here, ripples about water molecules moving up and down. Yeah. So if I go over to the questions again, I can see I am where I left off. Let me take a look at this question. What does it tell me? Up and down. C, Maya, correct. Potato cars, correct. Everyone, right. Yeah, exactly. It moves up and down. There's your answer. Good. Yeah, so just showing you how you can use this site on your own without me here. You've got everything there you need, and you're just getting through revision. Yeah. So awesome. If you were stuck, obviously you can have a look and you can see here, water moves up and down. The answer is there. So we have it in case you didn't know. But clearly everyone here, too easy, isn't it? Too easy for you guys. So let's take a look at the second part, which is going to be on types of electromagnetic wave. Yeah. So before I go there, let me just see how many people have we got. We got 7 people now. So a few more people. There's a 1 in 7 chance at the moment of winning an Amazon voucher from tonight's quiz. Who is going to take it? So we've got 8 people. For those of you that haven't joined and weren't here when we started, Kahoot, www.kahoot.it is the website. Get on there, enter the pin. The game pin is 1058484. Yeah, so take part in that. You'll then see your character come up, or you can pick the name of your character and it adds it in here. And then I can see you, and then we will go through the quiz. And hopefully, if you win, you'll be on there on the podium. Take a screenshot of that. Take a screenshot of you in this YouTube chat, messaging me, and then send it to help@flashrevisionlab.com. The website is here. Our email, sorry, is here. Yeah, so send it to this email address and we will give you the prize if you win. Okay. Okay, Royal Bari, radio waves, microwaves, infrared, visible light, ultraviolet, X-rays, gamma rays. Correct. Yeah, those are all the types of electromagnetic waves. So if you didn't know, they are here on the website. There you go: radio, microwave, infrared, visible, ultraviolet, X-rays, gamma rays. Yeah. So there is a way to remember this, as I mentioned earlier, or actually Philip reminded of me. There is a memory trick for this. Red Martians invade Venus using X-ray guns. Yeah, it's one of the methods, memory tricks that we've taught. You can choose to do it your own way as well. We're just trying to give you some sort of tip to help you remember if you can, in a memorable way. Yeah, so that's an example of that. We're showing here also that Roy G. Biv, the color spectrum, visible light is what we can see, right? We can see all the colors in the rainbow, and that is how they look in the color spectrum. So we're showing that. We're also showing electromagnetic waves are transverse waves. You spoke about that earlier. How do we win it? Is there going to be a quiz? Yes, the quiz is going to come shortly. Faceless Truth. I'm just going to go through finishing this topic. There's not a lot of it, as you can see. I'm just quickly going to go over it. We'll try a question on here, and then it's going to be on Kahoot. I'll mention it again quickly. www.kahoot.it. Yeah, you can enter them there and enter the code 1058484. And then we'll see you on here. A couple of people have dropped out. Your chances are going up. So if you want to be in it, jump in. I'm going to give you a few more minutes. We have a couple more minutes going through this topic, and then I'm going to get into the quiz. So let's see how you get on. So you can see here, specific property of electromagnetic waves is they can travel through a vacuum. Okay. What we mean by that is a vacuum is a space with no air. Yeah. So an example of that is space. So an example is, sorry for disrupting. Don't be silly. No, it's exactly what this session. That's the thing with these sessions, even with our live classes. I encourage people to ask questions. You don't learn otherwise. Yeah. I know you're only asking about the quiz, but even if it was about something in terms of topics, I know someone asked about refraction earlier. I think it was Royal Akbari. I will do it after the quiz, just because it's not in the quiz. I will cover it quickly. But it's, yeah, this is what it's for. Yeah, we want to help you. So that's what I want to do. So if someone's asked for refraction, I will take a look at that afterwards. So yeah, don't need to apologize at all. So yeah, we've shown what the different rays are. We're showing how they vary in frequency and wavelength. So that's a good thing to know. You're going to need to know that for your exam. And you also need to know that for visible light. Yeah, so those colors, like I said, Roy G. Biv. Few days to remember. Richard of York gave battle in vain, or Roy G. Biv. Yeah, another way to remember it. So could I explain a vacuum? Yeah, so a vacuum is a space. It's simply by definition, a vacuum is a space with no air. Yeah, a place with no air in it. So like I said, space is an example of that. If you go into space, there's no air in space at all. That is simply what the definition of a vacuum is. Okay. So electromagnetic waves possess the property of being able to travel through a vacuum. If you think of what we've spoken about so far today with these two waves, transverse and longitudinal, they involve particles, right? We talked about oscillating particles. Electromagnetic waves don't need that, so they can travel through a place with no particles. And that is what a vacuum is, a place with no air, no particles. Yeah. Cool. No problem. Glad to help. So that is that. And that is the info on colors. So you can see here, we've given the name of the colors here, and I've said red has the highest wavelength and the lowest frequency. You can see that on the diagram. And violet has the lowest wavelength and the highest frequency. Yeah. So I'm going to try a quick exam question on this. Let's take a look. Let's say we're happy with it. Let's pick at random question 4. Okay. So which letter shows the position of ultraviolet radiation within the electromagnetic spectrum? You can tell me that. Anybody know? P, Q, R, or S for the position of ultraviolet? Remember, we said red Martians invade Venus using X-ray guns. You can remember it that way, or if you have your own way to remember it, whichever way, I don't mind. If you remember, it's all good. Who can tell me the answer? Okay, we've got a couple of mixed letters, R and Q. Who is right? You're close. It's one side of visible light. Which side is it? It's R. Yeah, it's R, the correct answer. Because if I go by letter, red, radio, microwave, infrared, visible light, UV, X-rays, gamma rays. So UV is R in this case. Yeah. So when back to the spectrum, you can see the positions. Yeah. So you can just use this diagram to learn. So that there's no problem. There's no shame in getting it wrong. It's all part of learning. Yeah. If I went to the flashcard on this, I would then mark it as known or not known. Yeah. So here, for example, what does the electromagnetic spectrum group each type by? We said it's grouped by frequency, isn't it? That's what we saw. So frequency or wavelength. I know that. I'll tick it. Yeah. What does visible light appear as? Okay. Maybe I don't know that. I should know that, but I'm just saying for argument's sake, I don't know that. So I put still learning, and it will log those. And you can go back if you made a mistake, undo that. You can say, oh no, I do know that. I'll put it into my known section. Yeah. So a good way to split off what you do and don't know. So yeah, check out the new feature, guys. Let us know what you think. Hopefully you find it useful. And then here in the spec, you can see even the specification, it tells you you need to know disorder. So we're not putting anything in the notes that you don't need to know. Everything is strictly what you need to know. No faff. Yeah, we're getting straight to it. Exactly what you need to know, to the point, to cover exactly what you need. Yeah, we don't want to waste your time. We want your revision to be as efficient as possible so you can spend your time doing other things we all want to be doing. Yeah, except revising. Revising is a necessary evil at this point. Okay. But we try and make it fun, engaging, and quick and efficient. Yeah, that's important. Cool. So we've got that question. I just want to answer these last two and then we'll get into the quiz. So complete the sentence using the answers from the box below. Different types of EM waves have a different blank and a different blank. So we saw this in the flashcard. What do we associate them with? Which two words here? Hopefully should be a bit obvious because there's two words I haven't mentioned at all today in that box. So hopefully that is clear to you all. Can you see which ones these are going to be? Philip in there with wavelength and frequency. He doesn't think it's speed and charge. Neither does Roy Akbari. You're both correct. Yeah, correct, right? Because I've not mentioned charge and speed at all today because they're just not relevant to this topic. So correct. They have a different frequency and different wavelength. That's how you know the different types of EM wave. And then here, similar question to before, you need to know the spectrum, which is what are parts A and B on the spectrum. You can see B on one end of the spectrum, and it starts with radio waves. Red Martians invade Venus using X-ray guns. So it's V and G. V standing for what, and G stands for what in that, what we call a mnemonic, memory trick. V for visible light, G for gamma rays. Yeah, so A is visible light, G is gamma rays. Visible light and gamma, roller bar, you're always in as well. Very good. Nice. Yep, everyone's getting it. Good. Cool. Right, let's see where we are. I think it's going to be time to do the quiz. I'm going to leave this up for another minute or two if anyone else wants to join. We've got 8. We've got 8. We haven't peaked past 8. Not bad. A 12.5% chance for those of you out there. 1 in 8 chance of winning. Yeah, you've got to get top. So I'm going to explain one more time. I've seen a few of you participating in the chat, so that's good. Take a screenshot of that so it's ready. Yeah, keep that screenshot ready. And then when you're on the Kahoot screen now, take a screenshot of that. Keep that ready because I'll know who's on the podium. So when you get it, send it to us in an email at help@flashrevisionlab.com. Tell me I'm so-and-so. I was this character in the quiz. I won the quiz. Here are my screenshots. That's all you need to do. Yeah. And then we will give you the prize. Today's prize of an Amazon gift voucher. Spend it on something nice. Whether you want a game. Who actually I haven't asked. What will people spend the voucher on? What would they use it towards? I haven't asked. 10 people here for the prize. What do you want from it? What are you going to spend it on? We're going to spend it on, I don't know, what are people interested in? Games tokens? Are people going to get, I don't know, anything? So put it towards something more expensive, maybe get a bit of a discount or something. Revision books, potato cuz. Okay, that's a good answer. I don't know if you're trying to impress me or not. You don't need to. But equally, if you want revision books, your choice. Yeah, do what you want with it. It's going to be your prize. So happy to hear that. Anyone else? Anyone else fancy anything? We got 10 people in the chat. I'm just going to say it one more time. If there's anyone you know that wants to take part, even if they just want to take part, obviously they haven't been in the chat, but they can just take part in the quiz. Yeah, there's no harm. You can send it around just to get involved. But obviously, if they're not involved in the chat, they're not going to be in the quiz, like for the prize, sorry. But they'll be in the quiz. Even when I start, they can join with the pin. So if you want them to, if they want to join, just to have a bit of fun. If you're not in it and you're in the chat, message in the chat. It's fine. But I think we've got everyone in the chat that's interested in the quiz, so no problem. Pro on Flash Revision, that's a good choice for the Amazon voucher. I like that. Printer for questions, Faceless Truth. Honestly, yeah, fair enough. 20, like whatever money you're going to get off from it is good. Yeah, so every little helps, not to steal the phrase. Yeah, so I'll buy a comfy beanbag. Yeah, that's a good answer. Yeah, you just need to chill. It doesn't need to be everything study all the time. We want a bit of balance, but tonight we're having a look at this. Let's take a look. Then I don't know if it's Denise, Den1ZZ. FRO subscription again. Nice. Yeah. We want you to take part. So yeah, why not? Why not? Okay. I'm going to start now. I think someone just dropped out. I'm going to give them a chance to drop back in. I don't know what the name was, but it was 10 and it's now 9. So I'm going to give it a last few seconds. If I see 10, I'm going to give it 5 seconds and I'm going to start the quiz. Remember the code 1058484 www.kahoot.it. Yeah. Good luck, everyone. Yep. Good luck. Paintbrushes and paint. Okay, we've got an artist in the chat. Nice, Yasmin. That's good. Yeah, we'll cover that nicely. To be fair, And yeah, you can never do without too many paintbrushes and paint. So yeah, all good. Cool. Okay, looks like the 10th person isn't going to join. I'm going to press start then. Okay, I've held on long enough. Everyone's been waiting. So I'm going to press start. There's going to be a variety of questions. Okay, there's going to be multiple choice. There's going to be some different ones. Yeah, where he's going to ask you to type an answer. There's going to be questions where you pinpoint. There's going to be questions where you slide. Yeah, so there's different options here. So just pay attention. Maybe if also I'd say if you're behind on, if it feels a bit laggy on my stream behind, focus on the website. The website's going to the Kahoot.it is going to be what you follow. Yeah, look at that and then just message in the chat as you go. Would like to hear what answers you guys have put and how you're reacting to it and how you're getting on. Who's my top three? I'm not going to know by these names. You're going to have to tell me. Yeah, I've kind of forgotten. Sorry. I know some people said who they were, but I can't remember who exactly everyone was. Okay, cool. Someone is in and out though. Someone is in and out. Is that you? Who is that that's jumping in and out of the Kahoot? Someone having any issues? I don't know. No one's mentioned anything. Don't think so. No. All right. There we go. Trustworthy line. We've got 10. Okay. I'm going to start now, guys. Good luck. Good luck. May the best man or woman, boy or girl win. Okay. I'm going to start the Kahoot now. Let's go. So let's see. What have we got here? The first question. It's not going to be an actual quiz on this one, just more of a poll. Okay. I want to just see, and I'm hoping for some better answers. I saw Neen's live on Wednesday and I wasn't too happy with the answers. What is your favorite science? Okay. If you want to rub me up the right way, I want to see some good answers here. Let's see what we've got. Got 8 answers that everybody answered. See, I mean, I'll be honest, when I was doing GCSEs, I know a lot of people didn't like physics, myself included initially, but I actually grew to like it. Very similar to maths. I see an apology already. All right, let's see what we got. I'm going to skip now. Let's take a look. We got 2 physics. I'll take that. It was 0 last Wednesday. Okay, it was 0. So 2. That's a big improvement. Yeah, well, we can say 200% maybe. Yeah, so at least some people will say they like it. I don't know whether you're lying or not. Whether you are or not, I'm not going to know. I'm just going to say thanks for that. But yeah, all good. People like biology. I tend to see that a lot. People always say biology. Why is that, guys? Why do people like biology? Is it because it's the easiest? Is it the most fun actually? I don't know. For me, physics it's just kind of similar to maths. I've always liked maths, plenty of equations. I get definite answers. That's why I always liked it. So I knew if I was doing a question, I know if I got the answer right or wrong. Does that make sense? Worded questions, I'll be like, oh, I was thinking that, but I wrote something else. So is why I hate the worded questions. But it's interesting. Yeah, true. Yeah, true. Physics isn't, is it? No, you don't find physics interesting. You just find biology interesting. No, I'm joking. It's obviously people tend to like it the most. There's a lot of variation, obviously, to do with us as humans, a lot of it as well. So good understanding of the body and how we work and things like that. So yeah, I get it. I completely get it. Physics is the best. Yeah, I like to hear that. Okay, you're one of my 2. Nice. Okay. And biology is easy. Okay, people think it's the easiest as well. Fair enough. Philip, you're doing physics A level next year. Nice, nice. Okay, maybe we'll see you there if we get some physics content out on A level, which we'll look to do. See you there. All right. If everyone's ready, we're going to go on to the questions then. Yeah. So, 14 questions, I think, in total. So we're going to make a start. Good luck. Fingers at the ready. Let's go. First question. What do waves transfer? What do they transfer? Is it energy, particles, mass, or matter? Which one is it? So we spoke about what waves do, and we spoke about what happens in waves. We spoke, remember, about longitudinal and transverse and what they do and what their definitions are. 5 seconds, guys, not long left. I see 6 answers. Not everyone has answered yet. Have we got answers? Energy, no fooling anyone on this, unless you didn't answer, I don't know. But I think there were 8 people, but only 6 answers, 8 to 10 people. So maybe some people missed out, but energy is the correct answer. Very good. Yeah, so let's see how that tallies up on our leaderboard. So Witty Platypus is top of the leaderboard. Who is that? Who is that in the chat? Enigmatic Butterfly close in second, only 7 points behind, and Mountain Griffin on 955. So just 16 points behind. It's all very close there. Yeah, I did expect that. It's the first question. So I was expecting people to be quite close anyway. They're all good. Witty Platypus is Philip. He's taken the lead. Okay, well done. Mountain Griffin, you're not far behind. You're not far behind, Potato Cars. Everyone is close. So let's get ready. If we're ready, let's go to the next question. Let's take a look at what it says. A type answer. So you're going to have to type here. The two types of waves are longitudinal and what? You're going to have to type your answer. Make sure it's spelled correctly. It's important you've spelled it right. Let's see what people have put. We've got 7 answers this time. So someone did miss question 1, and that's unfortunate, but that's okay. No problem. It's all fun and games here. Don't worry. It's nothing serious, just lighthearted. So your options are transverse waves, transverse and transverse. Someone spelled transverse without an E. Maybe they ran out of time. I don't know. But everyone just put transverse. Yeah, you could have put transverse wave, but you would have wasted time. So fair enough. Just put transverse. No, you spelled it wrong. No way. Oh, it's unlucky. Just the E on the end. It's unlucky. It's unlucky. You know what it is at least. Yeah, at least we know you know what it is. That's fine. But unlucky there. Let's have a look. Where does that put our leaderboard? There's some movement. Witty platypus. Is that that was you, Philip, isn't it? You dropped down. You got the answer right, but just slower than the others. Yeah, so not far away again. It's all 20 points. 3 points between the top two, enigmatic butterfly and champion possum. Who are those? Second, Royal Bari, champion possum. I remember you said that. The Albert Einstein looking koala, that is. Nice. You're down. Don't worry. Don't worry. You got to lock in. Exactly. You got to lock in. But your score is good. So you're fine. I think you're fine. It's all close. Enigmatic butterfly. Well done. Leading the way. Okay. Zippy Crow. Funny Piranha. You got a little bit of catching up to do, guys, down at the bottom, but you've made a rise. So let's see. You can catch up. 12 questions left. So plenty of time. Let's have a look. A true or false question here. True or false? Sound waves are transverse. So we did speak about this. I did show you in the notes. We did mention it. There was a diagram for sound waves. What were they? Were they transverse? Yes or no? 6 answers, 7 answers in. I think we're waiting for one more answer. We got 5 seconds. Are they going to get it in time? What do we think? What do we think? And who got there fastest? So 2 people said true. It is false. Sound waves are longitudinal waves, is what I mentioned. Yeah, we did that in the notes. I spoke about it here. E.g. sound, right? I put it here. And it was in our notes as well. So unlucky for those of you that put it's true. The answer is false. So that's going to cause some change. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at where we are. Enigmatic butterfly has dropped to second, and it's 1 point in it. Philip has locked in and put it on the top. I think it was you, Philip, Witty Platypus. Look at that, 1 point. It's close. It's very close. Champion Possum still hanging in there in third. That's Royal Bari, I think, hanging in there. Zippy Crow is still holding third, and Mountain Griffin has made a jump. I think someone said they were Mountain Griffin. Yeah, Potato Cuz, you've made a rise after that spelling mistake. So it's a few points off, but you never know if they make a mistake and you don't. You're going to make it. So Enigmatic Butterfly on a three streak though. Nice. Okay. Winter Arc. I like to hear that. So Winter Arc. Don't say it too soon though. You don't know. We'll see. But nice. Keep going. Okay. Next question. A quiz question again. What is the highest point of a wave called? Is it a trough, an amplitude, a crest, or a displacement? Which one is the correct answer for this? You can tell me. Answers pretty quickly there. Oh, mixed answers. People have mentioned trough. People have put amplitude, but the correct answer is crest. Yeah, so you can call it a peak, but I didn't put that here. I chose the word crest in the answers. Yeah, and that isn't, again, it's in the notes. It was there for a crest. So there we are. Yeah, so fun people. That was a tricky one. Yeah, it was to try and catch people out a little bit there. A bit cheeky from me, I know. But there we go. Yeah, so amplitude, remember, that is the distance between rest position and the peak. It's not the actual highest point. It's the distance between the middle and the highest point. That is what amplitude is. Trough, for those of you that put it, is the lowest part of a wave. Yeah, it's the lowest position. So the opposite of a crest. Crest is at the top. Trough was at the bottom. Yeah, we had it in our diagram. Unlucky. No worries, guys. We're here to learn. You know it now, right? Hopefully you do. So let's have a look. Where is everyone? Wow, there's back and forth at the top. Whoa, bit of a gap as well. Enigmatic Butterfly got in there quickly. Big jump there. It's not over, but it is a jump. Who is that, Hassan? You got a sad face. Why is that? Who are you in this one? Where are you? Do you know what position you are? You got tricked. What did you put, Royal Bari? I would like to know. You're still third, so you're still on the podium. Obviously, you want to get the win to get the voucher, but being on the podium, there's a bit of pride at stake. You know, you want to show these guys who's at the top. So Witty Platypus and Enigmatic Butterfly looks like the battle at the moment, but 10 questions to go. You never know what's going to happen. Yeah, don't rule yourselves out. Keep chiming in with those answers. Try and get them quick. Yeah, Mohammed, of course you can. You can join in now. Look at that. You can see the game pin is at the bottom, 1058484. And it's www.kahoot.it. Yes, you can take part even if you're late, no problem. Just have a bit of fun. You never know, you could climb up and see us on the page here. Yeah, let me know what you are, if it is you on this top front page, just so we know how it's playing out. Mohammed, you can't win the prize today because I didn't see you in the chat with the revision session we had before. Okay, so unfortunately not, but obviously we're just here to learn. We're doing this every week. We're doing this twice a week, actually, Wednesdays and Sundays. So Neen on Wednesdays, myself on Sundays. So keep joining, keep taking part. Use this as a practice so you know what the questions, like the layouts of the different quiz questions are going to look like, so you can get quick at this. Yasmin, it's 15 total. We are on question 5. You can see at the bottom we're on question 5 or 15, so another 10 to go. Faceless Truth, you are in with a chance to win. You did message in the chat. So the times, so this session I started the live, it's going to be at 7:45 every Sunday. And then on Wednesdays, it's going to be 8 p.m., I believe. We'll post our lives. Check out on our TikTok page. We do post stories to say when we're going to go live on the day of, but it's Wednesdays and Sundays. So just to confirm the times, you'll see it on there. We will put the time that we're going live as well. But Sundays, it's most likely going to be 7:45 from me. The quiz will be, I think, at 8:30 on Wednesday. You're right, but I think the live will start from 8. Remember, if you want to be part of the winning the prize, you need to be involved in the chat as well. So keep an eye out. It might be 8, it might be 8:30. Just take a look. We will post on our stories on TikTok, so we don't want you to miss it. Just subscribe to our TikTok, subscribe to our YouTube, Flash Revision Lab. In order to win the prize, remember you need to be subscribed to our YouTube page as well. Yeah, so subscribe. Send those of you that are here, send your screenshots when you do get to the top, when we're going to manifest it, if you do make it to the top, and we'll take a look and respond to you from our email. I think above my head, yes, it is. Yeah, so you win the Amazon voucher. Today is an Amazon voucher, a £20 gift voucher from Amazon. Yeah, spend it on what you like. You don't have to spend it on revision tools. A lot of people are planning to. Some people aren't. I heard a beanbag. I heard some paintbrushes and paint. So yeah, spend it on what you like. And the prizes, the more people will have, the bigger they'll get, the better they'll get. Yeah, so join in, take part. Plenty of prizes to be won in the future. So just use this as practice for now if you joined a bit late. All right, I've done enough waffling. Let's get on with it. Question 6. Let's have a look. Yes, we can. Sorry, Mohammed. I am yapping. Let's go. Quiz question again. What is the opposite of compression? So where did we see this? We saw this on this wave in the diagram. Yeah, a longitudinal wave. We saw compressions. And what is the opposite of a compression? We've got 9 answers. Waiting for a couple more, I think. We've got 10, just under 10 seconds. Who's going to get it? Refraction, crest, refaction, or amplitude? Which one is it going to be? There is a little trick in there. 3 people fell for the trick. 3 people fell for the trick. It is rarefaction. Yeah, refraction is something else. Refraction is the bending of light. Roy Akbari wanted to talk about that. We will talk about that after the quiz, but it's not the answer to this question. That is a shame. Yeah, it's spelled so similar. Yeah, it's rarefaction, not refraction. So unfortunate for you there, Roy Akbari. But remember, 9 questions left is not over. 6 of you got it. 1 per amplitude. Amplitude, remember we spoke about that on a transverse wave. Yeah, so that is the distance between rest position or zero displacement and the peak or highest point of a wave. And it's not a crest because that's the peak or max position. No one put that, so no one put that answer. Where does that leave us? Where does that leave us? Enigmatic Butterfly is taking a bit of a lead. Witty Platypus is trying to hang on. I think that's Philip, I think, is trying to hang on. Funny Piranha's made a jump. Funny Piranha's coming for second and climbing. Champion Possum, that's Roy Akbari with that mistake. You've dropped one, unlucky, but it's not over. It is not over. Let's go to the next question then. Okay, another quiz question. What unit is amplitude measured in? So a few questions now where I've explained what amplitude is. Does that help you answer this question? Few 4 answers of 5, 6, 7. They're dropping in quickly. Few more answers. Who's gonna get in there? 10 seconds left. Just a few more seconds. Is it in seconds, in meters, in joules, or in hertz? Everyone has answered. There is a mixture. A lot of people have put in hertz. Interesting. Interesting. The correct answer is in meters. So 4 people there, they've benefited a lot from that. Hertz is a measure of frequency. How many waves pass a point per second? That is hertz. Amplitude, I said, is the distance between rest position or zero displacement and the peak. And distance. And distance is measured in meters. Yeah, so the answer is meters. Okay, how does that leave the leaderboard? Let's take a look. Excuse me. Oh, Witty Platypus, the score stayed the same. Has Philip dropped out? Does that give people a chance? I don't know. I don't know what's happened. Hopefully he's okay. Enigmatic butterflies flying on a 6 answer streak. Really, whoever that is, you are a genius. You're flying. Mystical frog. Okay, haven't seen you in a while. You've really jumped up. Champion possum, Royal Bari. Did you press the wrong answer? Did you make a mistake? Witty platypus, is that the same for you? Both of you, Philip and Royal Bari. I don't know if that's what's happened. Let me know. You're going to win soon. I like that. Manifest it, Mohammed. I like that attitude. Yeah, let's take a look. Which one are you, Mohammed, by interest? I want to see if you make it into the top 5. Let me know in the chat. Just want to know who you are. See if you make a climb up there. You did hertz. Oh, it's a shame. It's a shame. But hopefully now you know the difference, right? Frequency is for hertz and amplitude is meters. You fell off. It's all right. It's not over. It's not over. Yeah, it's not over. So let me go next. Game's gone. I love that phrase. Game's gone. It's not in this case. I'm pretty far. You are Agile Dingo. Agile Dingo. Let's see if you make it up. All right, another quiz question. What is the distance between 2 adjacent wave crests? Is it amplitude? Is it displacement? Is it frequency? Is it wavelength? One answer came in pretty quickly there. My bet's on enigmatic butterfly. They've been flying so far. But would it have been witty platypus? I won't. Whether Philip's locked in or not, let's see. One person has put amplitude. Whoever that was, I hope it wasn't someone that hasn't been here so far because I've explained it a few times. I'm hoping it wasn't someone that was here. Amplitude is the distance between the zero displacement and the peak. It's a vertical distance. If we went to, you saw in the question, wavelength, it gave you the clue as well. It was a horizontal distance. Yeah. And it showed you from peak to peak. Yeah. Oh, okay. That's why. Yeah. Probably because you missed it. That's why. Yeah. So zero displacement to peak is amplitude. It's a vertical distance on a transverse wave. A wavelength, as the name suggests, the length of one wave. So from one adjacent wave crest to the next, the wave has repeated its cycle. So that's a wavelength. Yeah. How much is FRL, sir? So there are several packages. You can get on the website, flashrevisionlab.com, and make an account completely for free. That gives you access to the notes that I was going through today. And then you have different packages, but the one we have people using the most is FRL Pro. Yeah, so that's our package with classes. So you get live classes as well, and that is for 22 a month. Yeah, so we have classes on there for biology, physics, and chemistry every week. So 3 classes a week for 22 a month. You can't go wrong with that, I think. That's, what is that? 3 times 4 is 12 classes for £22. It's like £2 a class. Not even that. Yeah. So if you want to get involved, please do. We'd love to have you there. We go through these topics in detail. I cover it with workbooks. You get your own set of workbook notes at the end. So yeah, honestly, I think it's just a great tool to help you revise for your exams. But yeah, that's it. But if you want to find out and you forget after this, just go on our website. It's all on our website. Yeah, check it out, flashrevisionlab.com. Cool. Let's see how the leaderboard looks. Enigmatic butterfly climbs and funny piranhas making a bit of a battle for this. And witty platypus, I've seen your number go up. Oh, Royal Bari, where are you? You've dropped. I think you were the possum, weren't you? I think you've dropped. Fabulous Gator is there. Mystical Frog and Witty Platypus, you're fighting it out for the 3rd spot. Yeah, remember, that's, for those of you like football, that's a couple of Champions League places there. Yeah, so we keep fighting for it. But the title's not gone. It's not over. Yeah, it's not over. So keep going for it. The game isn't gone, as Philip said. It's not. Give it a go. Ultimately, it's good revision for you. Yeah, just a bit of fun, but it's just some good revision as well. Yeah, so let's take a look at the next question. Let's see who can catch enigmatic butterfly. True or false? Wave speed is measured in meters per second. There is a clue in the sentence there that should help you. 4 people straight in. That was quick. Most of the answers coming in pretty thick and fast. Let's see. Got a couple more answers left. Who's going to get it? 5 seconds left. I'll let it time run. Let's people get some answers in. There we go. Everyone got it. Easy. Yeah, it is true. Speed. Speed is measured in meters per second. So wave speed is also in meters per second. All good. No need to explain. Let's see. Funny Piranha's making a climb. Funny Piranha's actually catching up, isn't it? Slowly but steadily. Enigmatic Butterfly in the lead, but there is a bit of catching up to do. It's getting tight up there. Mystical Frog and Witty Platypus there, and Champion Possum, like Royal Bari, made it back. All right, let's take a look. Question number 10. What is the unit for wavelength? Again, clue is in the question. What do people think? Is it watts, hertz, seconds, or meters? Which one is it? Half of the people have answered. We've got another 12 seconds. Yeah, you skip 4 and you're only you're 100 behind. You're not far behind. Yeah, so keep going. You never know. You never know. One person put watts. That is incorrect. Watts the measure for power. Yeah, it's the unit for power. Hertz, we talked about it in an earlier question. For those of you that were here, hertz is for frequency. Seconds is time, as we know. Meters. Remember, wavelength. Yeah, so it's a distance, isn't it? A length is a distance. It's measured in meters. Cool. So let's have a look at the leaderboard. Funny Piranha's making a catch up. This isn't over. Mystical Frog is also on the rise. Mountain Griffin has risen. Royal Bari dropped a little bit. Maybe it's the speed of the answers. Enigmatic Butterfly, someone's coming for your throne. Can you hold it? Let's have a look. Let's see. Witchy Platypus, you're hanging in there. Go for that third place. Mystical Frog's jumped you, but let's see how you get on. Next question. A slider. Okay, so slide this to the correct position. Okay. How many types of electromagnetic waves exist? It's between 0 and 10. How many are there? Slide your slider to the correct position. Only one person has answered so far. Now the second person has. So if the first person's got it right, they're taking a big lead. Who was it? Was it second place? Was it the Funny Piranha was second? Maybe they're going to get it. A couple of seconds left. I don't think everyone's answered it. Ah, there we go. Jumped in last minute. What have we got? The answer is 7. Yeah, because the spectrum is remember the phrase to memorize it: red Martians invade Venus using X-ray guns. If I did that again, red Martians invade Venus using X-ray guns. That's 7. Yeah, radio, microwave, infrared, visible light, UV, X-rays, gamma rays. That's our 7. Yeah, so most people answered that correctly. A couple of people answered. I love that one. I've been usurped. No worries. It's okay. It happens, but it's not over. It's not over. Yeah, most people got it. Hopefully, the people that didn't, it made sense. I got a yes. I'm so good, sir. Yeah, blowing your own horn. I don't mind that. Yeah, gassing yourself up. That's fine. Let's see how that plays out on the leaderboard. Enigmatic Butterfly. I think they were first. They've opened up the lead again a bit. That's made the gap a bit bigger, but third and fourth is still a battle. Just 90 points. Yeah, not far off. And Mountain Griffin holding that 5th place. Can our champion possum, Roulette Bari, can you make it back up? Let's see. And I want to see, Mohammed, where are you? You're saying you're so good? Are you that good that 4 questions you can still not up in the top 5? Let's see. Question 12, true or false? Electromagnetic waves are transverse waves. Again, we did cover this. Let's see. Well done, guys, says Philip. Don't be defeatist. Yeah, it's not over till it's over. You never know. 3 mistakes and 3 great questions from you. You never know. Could shop around. 8 answers down. Let's see. Any more? 1 wrong. 1 person has said false. It is true. It is true. Yeah, so and we did say for those that were there in the session, and again, if you want to, it's in the notes. Yeah, so electromagnetic waves are transverse waves. Yeah, and they can travel through a vacuum, and they are the spectrum that we mentioned earlier. There are 3 questions left. Yasmin is correct. Yeah, there are 3 questions left. We need hard questions so I can jump up, sir. Okay. Be careful what you wish for. Let's see. Let's see. Faceless Truth, it's the winner that gets the prize. The top 3 don't get the prize. We may change that going forwards as we get more people, but for now, it's just the winner. And that winner is to be decided because Funny Piranha's caught up again. I feel that gap dropped a little bit, but Enigmatic Butterfly has been in the lead, I think, since question 2. But let's see, can they keep it up? It's an 11 question streak. Can they keep it up? Let's see. Agile Dingo, I don't see you yet. Let's see, you might get there. What score are you on? Are you near to cracking the leaderboard? Witchy Platypus and Mystical Frog are still battling it out. Philip, can you do it? Can you do it for the FRL Pro people? Let's see. Okay. True or false? Question 13. Electromagnetic waves can travel through a vacuum. Yes or no? True or false? 5 answers jumped in very quickly there. 6, 7, 2 more, I think. Let's see what people have put. I hope they've got it right. We did mention it as one of the last things before we started the quiz. Everyone got it right. Nice. Yeah, I'm not going to spend any more time on that. Vacuum is in space. All EM waves travel through space. I said that. Nicely done. How does the leaderboard play out? It's close at the top. Funny Piranha's catching again. Enigmatic Butterfly starting to sweat. And it's still very close for 3rd and 4th. Fabulous Gate has gone up. I think they secured their position unless my guy, Agile Dingo, are you going to do anything about it? Talked a big game. Can he deliver? Let's see. 2 more questions. The puzzle. Here we go. Order the following electromagnetic waves from highest to lowest frequency. We have radio waves, infrared, microwaves, and visible light. 1 answer's in. Who got it? We've given a bit more time here, a minute. So Don't rush, but equally, if you want more points, you answer sooner, but make sure you order it correct. Highest frequency to lowest frequency. Yeah, highest frequency first. So if you think of the spectrum, I did show it on the website. It's in the spec as well, remember? It shows literally the table from one end to the other, increasing wavelength and increasing frequency. So you should see that. You did it first, Rolik Bari. Are you sure? Are you sure you did it first? And are you sure you did it right? If you did, you may be in for a jump. Let's have a look. One more person to answer. There we go. Mixed. Mixed. We've got half and half almost. Yeah, so visible light is the highest frequency. Yeah? If we think gamma rays is the highest on the frequency in the spectrum. Yeah, it's the highest frequency. So you got gamma, X-rays, UV, visible light, which is the first one in the list here. Yeah, we got visible light. Then we got infrared, microwave, radio. That is the order. Yeah. Nice. There aren't three more. There aren't three more questions. There's one more. Sorry, I can't even read. Is there more questions? There's one more. There's one more. You did it from low to high, potato cars. This, yeah, that's what I was saying. It's important which way around I said it, right? You would have got it in the right order, but the wrong way around. So it's just knowing how they vary. I'm sure you know it. Probably the pressure of the quiz situation. You did that last week as well. I'm lucky. I'm lucky. Okay, let's see how that prints out the leaderboard. It's close to the top, but enigmatic butterflies opened up a bit of a gap. And witty platypus. There you go. Phillips come through clutch back on the podium. He said game's gone. It's definitely back. The game's back. Let's see if he can keep that third place or make it to second. He's not far off. It's not far off. Agile Dingo, where you at? I don't see you. I don't see you there. One more question. Can you salvage it? Maybe you haven't got enough points. We'll see. All right. Last one. Let's finish it off. Pin answer. So pin at the right point. Where are ultraviolet waves in this image? It's an image of the spectrum from our notes. The same spectrum you find in the spec as well, right? It's in there. I did mention that. Where is it? 5 more people to drop their answers. Remember, drop your pin in the right area. There will be a bit of leeway, obviously, in position, but you can't be too far off. Otherwise, it won't count. One more person to answer, I think. Let's have a look. One more 5 seconds. Drum roll. What are we going to get? Oh, it's a mix. Someone's put it invisible. Maybe they didn't answer it because it says visible there. So that's not going to be right. People on the borderline. Oh, there you go. So someone put it too far. Someone put it in X-rays. I don't know who did that, unfortunately. Some people very much on the borderline, but got it right into ultraviolet. They didn't need to keep it so tight, but there we go. There we go. Nice. Okay. You told me, you said. I told you. What did you tell me? Let's see. Are you there? Let's see the podium. Here we go. In third place, we have Witty Platypus. He made it. The game's back. The game's truly back. He'd done it. Funny Piranha in second, which means the leader on a massive streak, 11,780 points. It's a good score. Enigmatic Butterfly. Well done. So, Run Agile Dingo, you got fifth. Fair play. Fair play. You did tell me indeed. He delivered. He walked the walk after he talked the talk. Well done. Enigmatic Butterfly, yeah, well done. Everyone on the podium, everyone in the top 5. Agile Dingo, special mention as well. I'll give you that. Fair play. Well done. Enigmatic Butterfly, so you've won. Well done. Congratulations. If you please send, remember, as I've got here on the left-hand side of the screen, send me a screenshot of you in the chat. Send me a screenshot of you in this quiz. So your Enigmatic Butterfly icon should be in the bottom left of your screen if it's you, like your username. And then send it to help@flashrevisionlab.com. Thanks, guys. That was good. Good fun. I enjoyed that. It's my first one. I've seen it from the other side, but good fun to see that. Yeah, I don't know. He smashed it, to be fair. It's a mad number, but it's done well. I mean, it wasn't first to start with. I think it was you, Philip, to be fair. So yeah, if you had that rate where you started, it was good. Next week, I haven't confirmed Faceless Truth, what I'm going to do next week, but we will keep you posted before the lesson. So if you did want to get a little bit of revision in, you can beforehand, but we will notify you. Check out our TikTok, and we will put it on our stories and post there. Again, same with Wednesday. Neen will let you know what he is doing on Wednesday. I don't know exactly yet. I think it's going to be chemistry because he did biology on Wednesday last week, so it will be a chemistry one. Funny Piranha, what a fight from you. Second place. Unlucky. Really good score as well. But shows people know what they're doing. People know what they're doing, and hopefully even this small session you learned a bit. Yeah, that's ultimately what I wanted from this. A £20 voucher, yes, it's nice to have, but if you didn't get it, you learned something. Yeah, and you've hopefully found something new. If you haven't used us before, Flash Revision Lab, come and check us out. Nice, good to hear that. So let's go on to exactly. We will come back stronger. Exactly. Yeah. So I'm going to leave the quiz. I want to go to I'm going to go to a bit of a Q&A now. I know Roy Bari mentioned about refraction, so I'm going to talk about that briefly. Yeah, Philip, good to see you. I'll see you next Sunday on physics on our live class, and also back here for the quiz. Give it another go. Yeah, keep up in that. Go from third to second. Let's see if we can get from second to first. So cool. I'm just going to quickly cover a little bit on refraction. So we'll take a look, just define what it is. Let's find it on here. So if I go to reflection and refraction, so I'm just going to skip the first bits. I'm just going to talk about refraction just briefly for the sake of Roy Bari. If anyone else wants anything they want me to discuss, just drop it in the chat. But I'm going to wrap up pretty soon. So just let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, I'm going to head off after this. So refraction, what is it? So reflection we saw before is the bending of light. You see a reflection in the mirror, it's light bouncing back against the surface. Yeah, refraction, it doesn't bounce, it bends. Yeah, so the key word to remember is that light bends as it passes from one medium to the next. What I mean by that is, say, when light goes from the air outside through your window, that's two different mediums. Yeah, glass is thicker than air or more dense. So it's going to bend as it travels between those two surfaces. So this diagram shows that, and you can kind of see how a wave travels and its speed changes. Yeah, so these are your waves and they're closer together. And that's because like every timestamp, let's say every click I'm clicking, that's a timestamp of the wave. It's closer together in the glass because it's moving slowly. Yeah, so light changes speed and direction when it goes between two different media or surfaces. So that's essentially what refraction is. Yeah, so what I'd say is you can look at it on this page, take a look. You can see what it looks like as it goes from clear to glass, so less dense to more dense, and vice versa. Glass to air, more dense to less dense, what its behavior is in terms of speed and direction. And then we've also got a required practical on it in this physics exam. So take a look at that. That's in the next section. And as I said, you can mark it as complete. If you're happy with it, you can go to the specification, make sure everything in here, you'll see everything in the notes is covered in the spec. Yeah, we've covered it so that everything in here is in the notes. Yeah, so you can cross check and make sure you've covered it. So, and there's some questions. Yeah, so please give it a go. Use the mask schemes, use the flashcards. Yeah, check out the new feature. Please let us know if it's good, if it's useful. Remember, you can take a look at the definition here. We just asked what it was when a wave crosses into a new medium, changing speed and direction. Yeah, so there we go. That is what it is. If we're happy with it, I can stick it to no. We've covered that now. Yeah, so we can put that aside and then keep learning as we go. So this website, Mohammed, it is free to get access to all our notes. Yeah, everything that you've seen on this page through all of our notes for all the topics. Just sign up with a free account. Yeah, so when you go in, you can have a look, and then it will ask you to sign up to make a free account, and you get access to all of this. So take a look, check us out, and we're here to help. And then hopefully next time you can go from fifth to first if you join early enough. Yeah, so cool. I think I'm going to jump off now, guys. We've had about an hour on stream, an hour 15 roughly. We'll call it there. If anyone else has any other questions, I'll hang around for another 30 seconds or so. If not, thanks, guys, for joining. Remember, this is going to be a weekly thing, actually a bi-weekly thing, Wednesday and Sunday. And join the lives, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and make sure you're taking part in the chat and join us for the quiz. And hopefully you get the dub and you join us and get a prize. It's going to be a different prize next week. Stay tuned for what it is on our socials, and we will tell you what it is beforehand. Otherwise, take care. Enjoy. Well spent. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Yeah, so you'll win next time Wednesday. Okay, we'll hold you to that. We will hold you to that. I'll be keeping an eye out for you. See you next time. Yeah, make your comeback. Guys, it's going to be interesting. We'll see you soon. Take care. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.